Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fantasycraft The Last City, presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role playing games with a rotating cast. I am your host and GM for this evening, Austin Ramsey. My pronouns are he and him. You can find myself and the You Don't Meet in an Inn podcast at Not an Inn on Twitter. And if you'd like to find any of my game design work, you can find it at austin-ramsey.itch.io. This evening, I am joined by, of course, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine. My pronouns are she or they, and I'm playing Dorothy, the unborn mage.
Thank you. Also with us is Sasha.
Hi, I'm Sasha. My pronouns are NNs, and I'm playing the cool tree what everybody likes.
Whose name is?
Oh, Madam V. Of course.
We've
She
got,
needs no introduction.
and of course, last but never least, we've got Hadrian.
That's me. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Viper, the martial artist.
Who's apparently the tree that not everyone likes.
Polarizing.
Yes.
Okay. So, who wants to recap what we did last week?
Well, we left under Ashwood and said that we'll help broker a deal for the lumber there so that they can start rebuilding their civilization. And we got back into port and found out that Decency, the 1/5 of a criminal organization, I guess the mob, got off on all charges and wants her shit back.
Mm-hmm. Anything else to add?
We have to, fake something, a negotiation of some kind. There's a fake out involved
Yeah, don't worry about it.
for the mob also.
Yeah, Dorothy owes them some hours, so we're just going to, casually pretend to let her argue in their favor for as long as it takes.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm sure it will go perfectly fine, and they will have no problem
Mhm.
taking note.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that should be totally fine. Also, some proportion of our crew owes the mob a substantial amount, so that's cool. That's always good.
Yep.
About 1%? Wait, I don't know how math works.
We have 100 people? I don't think we have 100 people.
No. Sorry, 10% because 3 are 30.
Yeah.
There we go. Add a 0 in there. That works.
Assuming
Find out.
there's no one else.
At least 10% of our crew.
10% plus or minus 70%.
Yeah.
Plus Dorothy. Okay. So, last we saw the three of you were at the docks as things were getting offloaded, and you were going to have your merchant crew person, which is where is she? Manny, I want to say is her name. Yes, Manny. So, do y'all have a list of what y'all want to sell and or buy? There was talk of maybe some sales that wanted to happen, or do you want to go off and do other things at the moment? We're basically just going to pick up right where we left off with the three of you on the docks, and it is about noon.
Oh, we did not do the money things that we said we would do. Or I didn't, anyway.
Well, I've been method acting as Viper, and I have no idea what we have, nor do I care.
Okay. Well, I have the list of things.
The benefits of being a martial artist. Who cares what weapons I or stuff I do or do not have? All I need are these fists.
Mhm. Any weapon I pick up is a downgrade.
Okay. I guess Dorothy will get the stuff sold then. Um, we should we keep all the food supplies in the ship, or should we sell some of them?
I feel like we should keep them.
Okay. Are we going to get the scribe workshop on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, do you guys want the potions of control weather, the strong acid, or potions of healing?
Should probably hang on to the potions of healing. I don't have a purpose for the strong acids. That's up to you, you or Ink. The potion of control weather is intriguing scientifically, but I also don't have a purpose for it. So that's also up to you, as the person who does magic.
Well, I don't trust the control weather because weather spells no longer work for me.
Right.
So I don't trust it.
Okay.
So just so you know, the strong acid does 2d6 acid damage if you hit someone with it.
Just as like a tossing thing.
Yeah, if you just want to throw hydrochloric acid at them.
I mean, it's fun for parties, but
Also, as a note, acid damage hurts the target as well as their gear. So, because fantasy craft.
I'd like to keep the acid just in case we want to destroy something.
Sure. Also, does that qualify as a weapon in town?
Just some evidence.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think any guard who is looking over you would be like, "Oh yes, I should definitely take this off of you."
It's not the TSA.
No, not yet. Anyways, we'll see how things go.
Mm-hmm.
That could be handy, actually. Yeah, let's hang on to that one.
And do any of
Okay.
you have hurled proficiency?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So the one person who doesn't need a concealed weapon.
Okay, I'll have you two take the 3 potions of healing and then split it amongst yourselves.
All right. Viper, you're the one who gets into it more than I do, so you should take 2 of them. I'll take the one.
I won't argue with that. It's empirically true.
Okay.
Um,
Do you guys have a shopping list?
I ought to. I feel like.
so the healing potion heals 1d4 wounds. Or if you give it to a standard character, such as your entire crew, it heals all their damage.
Cool. I know for sure there's stuff that I want, but I haven't been thinking about it. I guess I should get a doctor's kit, probably.
Yep. If you want to do healing.
Yeah.
Speaking of weapons, what do y'all do with yours now that you're back in Enclave with its restrictions on weaponry?
Well, having a gauntlet thrown at me the instant I landed, I'm gonna keep my derringer on me. Stick that in my petticoats.
And your musket and lance
I'll leave those, I guess.
on the ship?
Yeah. I will ride Gentleman Moose about though. Can't regulate the battlers.
Okay. And Viper, I know that your fists aren't going to be confiscated, but I believe you also carry Decency's axe, as well as a boar spear and a shield.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be bold and keep the axe and shield in the bottom of my backpack because they're both medium sized.
Give me a prestidigitation roll to see if
Hell yeah.
you can
I love
actually
rolling shit.
conceal
I'm
them.
good at everything.
Mhm.
No ranks in this.
Mm.
Ah.
So that's a 15, a natural 20, 15.
Okay.
Of all the things you could.
Okay. Let me just find. Oh wait, the guards. No, the guards aren't going to be men at arms. They are going to be guards, presumably. Let me find their stats. Is there a guard stat? There's not actually guard stats. Okay, I guess they will be men at arms unless there's something else suitable. Oh, watchmen. Okay, yeah, they'll be watchmen. Notice 5.
Yeah, that sounds too observant. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's a
It's
plus.
their job.
It's a plus 10 to their notice roll.
This is the only time they're going to be fucking good at something.
They're watchmen. They watch. That's all they do.
Fair.
Yeah,
Wow.
they get a 20.
Damn.
So Viper, I think you're like in the midst of trying to. You're like on the dock trying to put the axe in your backpack.
Very stealthily.
Do you even have like a cover for the blade for the axe, or are you just like trying to very gingerly get it in there so it doesn't just split the sides of the bag?
Oh, we know Viper definitely does not have a sheath for that axe.
Okay, so you definitely get like a pair of guards coming over, and just like behind you, you hear just ahem.
Just turn around, axe in hand. Yes.
There's a pair of guards standing behind you, both Saurians, and they've got glaives in hand. They aren't like holding it at the ready at the moment. And the one who ahemmed you says, "Ma'am, there are no weapons permitted within Enclave's walls."
Well, that's why I was just preparing to get it packed away in the hold of our ship.
I see.
I was just putting my weapons in my bag so that they wouldn't be in my bag.
Will it observe you depositing your weapons on your ship, if you please?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So they tail you onto the Quod Libet.
Yeah, I'm not going to start a ruckus over this.
Good, because I once had a TPK because of something like that.
Oh my god.
It wasn't a TBK. It was a near one.
You weren't even in that campaign.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one where we had a bunch of pistols on us and then someone decided, hey, I'm gonna fuck with these guys with guns. And then everyone was like, no.
I mean, the story I'm thinking of also did involve guns on them, but it was not a fantasy craft game. But,
Is this a like fan convention thing where you can't bring knives into the thing, but you can buy knives at the convention?
God, that baffled me so much about fantasy craft. The amount of weapons being sold there, but them doing security
You mean
checks at
Fan
the door.
Expo?
Yes, what did I say? Fantasy craft?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Fan Expo. Yes.
Just craft the convention.
Yeah.
Because as on second thought, we do need weapons for the crew. That was one of the things that we need to buy, and I was also thinking of maybe getting guns for the ship, like
Yeah,
artillery.
you can have them on the ship, but not in the city.
Right, but can I buy them from the city?
Yes, and then they're supposed to be delivered directly to the ship. Although, I mean, that's what word has gone out, but I think that there's still like a bit of unsureness around this whole thing because, there hasn't been ships going out for 8 years unless they were Coast Guard ships, which were already armed. So anyone who sells weapons probably used to be a black market weapons dealer. And it's just
Or like directly with the state, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
So like all the gun culture shops that sell novelty items now, it's just like we're seeing in Ontario with the blackest of tobacco.
yes, exactly.
This Derringer is clearly labeled tobacco accessory.
Mm-hmm.
It's peace bonded.
You're right. It's got the orange tube on it. It's fine.
I mean, if any of you was going to have like a colorful ribbon on their weapons, it would definitely be Madam V.
They would be, yeah.
Madam V with like cell phone charms on her guns.
So that's canon. That's fully canon.
Okay. So Viper's getting dressed down for trying to.
Yeah. I'm getting held down by the man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever, they just made me more powerful.
V, your Derringer is suitably small. You do not need to roll to conceal it.
Hey.
And you're leaving your musket and lance behind, so there's no issue there. Dorothy, are you bringing any weapons with you?
I'm just bringing my shield, which isn't a weapon.
So, what does... I know that your shield is your, like, mage pouch as well. So what does it look like?
It has one... I've actually drawn it. It's has a silver frame and it has hide stretched over it, and on the hide it has embroidery of, I think it's one of the seals of Solomon with, like, I think it's Mercury. I don't remember which one I made it. But that got a bunch of weird symbols on it in silver thread.
Nice. So yeah, what about your bar whip, I believe it is? Are you leaving that on the ship, or are you going to try and smuggle it out?
No, my whips are tucked away.
Tucked away on the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Pass it off as a very fancy belt.
Ooh.
Okay. So what are y'all up to?
I'm going to first get some guards to guard the ship for us. Not the public guards. Some vagabonds.
Hire some people. Okay.
Not maybe some crew?
Well, I would assume that they'd want to.
Like actual shore leave. Sure.
Yeah. It's best not to get people to mutiny on us after like a week-long voyage. Speaking of, I need to hire more crew.
Take it, ships. We could pay them extra.
Interestingly, under the services section, there is nothing about like hiring guards or escorts or anything like that. But I'll say that it's would be a reasonable amount. I guess it depends. How good of a guard are you trying to get?
Probably pretty good if we have someone in the mob being like, give us back your ship.
Okay, we'll say it's how does 10 silver a day sound?
That sounds great.
Okay. Are you gonna have Manny argue this point with them as well?
Who?
Your merchant crew member?
No.
No, you just you'll just pay straight up the 10?
Yeah, I don't want the people who are like not associated with me to like be angry with me.
Okay. So where do you go to try and find these people?
Local tavern. I'm sure there's a couple of out of work people there. Strong boys with an eye.
You go to the punch bowl? And
Yeah, no, because I'm pretty sure we emptied out the punch bowl.
Everyone of significance from the punch bowl is with us already.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely not true. I think you
Yeah.
probably just grabbed Viper's friends from the punch bowl.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Like
not
we
gonna-
said.
Yes. Also, I'm not going to go to the punch bowl because one of the mob people are like, that's like their hangout. So I would assume that they probably have associates in the area.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess I'll probably use the mercenary stats for these folk. All right. So we'll say that it's yeah, 10 silver each. How many of them do you want to hire? Or actually, let's not say 10 silver each. We'll say 10 silver per mob, because they're going to be standard characters. So how many mobs do you want to hire? Each mob will be 3 people.
Probably just one mob because we don't want to bring too much attention to it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What's the name of these people that you hire?
Oh, I don't know their names.
It's a very
What does that have to do with guarding my ship?
All right then.
Kelvin, Velis, and Gordon. That's their names.
This is why she's the liked one.
Kelvin, Velis, and Gordon. Okay.
They're really old friends. You know the like street posting that's like two best friends who are like super muscular. It's like we will lend our strength to whatever you
Oh,
need. But
yeah.
the bond of our friendship and the strength of our muscles.
Yes.
They're like that.
Yay. Just three strong guys lifting things together. Nothing gay about that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, pay that 10 silver as these rough-looking customers take your money and say, "Good doing business with you."
Disavowing homoeroticism is free of charge. That just happens naturally.
Because I would have paid extra for that. Got him.
You've already got a strumpet on the crew.
Okay, strumpecy is not homoeroticism. I can get into more detail if you wish.
No, I think we're good.
Get real pedantic about this.
Mhm.
Nothing sexier than getting pedantic.
I mean, it's all right. So glad that
So,
they're
what's up?
guarding the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What are Viper and Madam V up to?
I think Viper is no. Viper's just primarily concerned with guarding these two. We have an open threat against us at the moment, so gonna stick together.
I sure do appreciate the company. Again, I am riding Gen 1 Moose to and fro. I am just gonna live in this saddle for a little bit. And I need to figure out how to outfit the crew and also the ship. So I might talk to Hannah a bit about that. Wait, don't we have a fighty leader? Who's our fighty leader?
Well, Maybell's the trainer from the punch bowl.
Right. Yes.
It's not exactly like a naval combat master or anything.
Is she an officer? I forget.
I mean, stat-wise, she's an apothecary, and you have been considering her one of your senior officers.
Okay.
Her,
Yeah.
Bearme, and Hanar.
Well, we have about 3 more crew to replace. Why don't we specifically look for someone who can be in charge of Navy battles?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know how easily we'll find someone like that in town, but it's worth keeping an eye out for, certainly.
Yeah. Speaking of your 3 officers, I'm gonna let y'all assign a task for each of them to do, like while you're in port. So, what would you like Hanar, Bearme, and Maybell do while they're in town? You could have any of them try and take care of hiring a naval gunner or any other specific type of crew member. If you want them to just whoever, just fill the ranks, then I will select people who are suitable, or well, I'll select roles that are suitable for who they would be likely to hire, and then I'll let y'all name them and come up with their descriptions and their special talent. But you could also have them do other things, like if you wanted Maybell to try and train up a chunk of the crew for combat expertise, or brew up some since she's the apothecary, brew up some healing potions or vitality potions or whatever, whatever is appropriate to their roles.
Just gonna color code this sheet a little bit so that I can remember who and what the crew is. I really like the idea of Maybell training some of the crew that we already have, and Hanar going out and finding some gunners, some other sailors.
Okay. So Maybell, I mean, she can't train everyone in this go. So pick 5 of the current crew to train, and then let me know what you want her to train them in. Whether it's a specific skill, or whether it's in one of their ratings, like attack, defense, health, initiative, etc. And she'll train them in something suitable.
Okay. I have to figure out what that is. So would he come back to me?
Of course. So you're gonna have Hanar do the hiring. Well, actually, I guess since you're figuring that out, Sasha, are you, Viper and Dorothy? Do either of you have any input about who Hanar should be hiring, or what Bear Me, the quartermaster, should be up to?
Not exactly, but who was the remaining twin of the twins who died?
Let's see. Ahmed, the pickpocket / cut purse, is the one who is remaining.
Okay. I would like to speak with him.
Okay. Where do you find him?
I'm gonna snag him before he gets off the ship, so I'll go into my disguise and hopefully.
Oh, you don't need to roll. I think you
Oh,
you did that before getting off the ship at the end of the
oh,
last
right,
session.
right. Ahmed,
Yes. What is it?
I just wanted to, um, since we have some time in town, I don't know how long, but I just wanted to help you make some arrangements for a funeral for your brother, if you would like. I guess I just sort of thrust 20 silver into his hands. If this doesn't cover it, come to me. I just think, just wanted to give you some time for that.
Give me an impress roll.
Fine. 14. I'm going to spend an action die on that. Fuck it. 16.
Okay. Let's see. You also
I also bribed him.
yes, like not to make it a little crude, but you also did definitely bribe him essentially. So that'll be another +4. So you get a 20. So you shove it into his hands, and he says, "Oh, he like feels the weight of the amount of silver in there, and he says, against my better judgment, I will be honest with you, Ms. Dorothy. This is likely too much. There is no body."
Well, yeah, but a funeral isn't just the body, right? It's also.
I know, but
Take it. Buy a drink also for me, and just bring me back what you have left.
thank you. It'll mean a lot to those who knew him. I'm sure we'll raise a glass in your honor.
I'm just sort of like slowly backing away.
He walks down the gangplank holding the bag with a pensive look on his face. Off to go and find those that he and his brother consider family.
Donya.
So, Viper, what are you up to? I know you're providing protection for Dorothy and Madam V, so are you just shadowing one or both of them? I mean, if it's both of them, you're all going to have to be together, obviously.
Both, unless they split up, in which case I will stick with Madam V. Because I think she is a more obvious target at this point.
I do have a moose with a higher kill count than mine.
Well, yeah, you also have your name on that lady's ship.
That's true.
Right now, so. Dorothy's very good at hiding, so.
Madam V's quite a bit. That's what it says on the side. Branding is very important, she says.
Oh yeah, you were also thinking of starting getting a flag.
Right. I forgot about that. Extremely good flag.
Okay, so should we do the buying and selling first, or should I go and talk to what's Umbrit something?
Hen it
What?
all in?
Yeah. Speak
What
to
are we talking to Hedit Olin for?
I am going to go to them and say that I have been tasked with making their case, and that I'm going to put some billable hours into listening to them in that meeting, and then I'm going to find out what their points are and see if it's a legitimately good deal or not.
Okay. I guess that is worth doing. Uh, maybe we should go do the money thing first, just so that we know for sure how what kinds of resources we are going in with.
Well, I mean, it's not us, but sure. Should I bore my horrible child into the world again, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we've also got Manny traipsing around with us. If anything, just for the XP.
Yeah.
If she can't be useful, she can at least watch and learn from the master, which is this horrible creature you're bringing back into the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her do it because I can only maintain my disguise for so long, and I don't want to do it for too long, so I'm probably gonna leave.
Okay.
I want to change back into my sweats.
Okay.
Oh, if that's a concern, we can leave Manny back at the ship.
No, she might as well earn her keep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Madam V, did you figure out what you wanted to task Hanar, Bearme, and Maybell with?
Nope, I got distracted finding the posting for sometimes you just need two men. We are two men, we're burly, we'll do what you want. Yes, our bodies are strong, but our friendship is stronger. We have been friends for over 14 years. Of course, there have been ups and downs, but we always come to terms with our differences because friendship like this comes once in a lifetime. Ellipses. By hiring us, you will receive not just the strength of our bodies, but the strength of our emotional bond as well.
Alright.
Sometimes you just need three men. Anyway, I got super distracted also by the ensuing game that I'm playing. So I do want Mabel to train folks. Just random, just some folks who don't have that already. Uh, maybe uh maybe just like buy craft, maybe just the entertainers should probably be able to fight.
Okay.
So
And
that would be Donko, Valerie Oldpot, who else? Amber Firetender and Partija Gearhart.
and you're training them to fight better?
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll all get +1 attack then.
Yeah.
Alright.
That feels general enough.
And I said you could train 5 people, and that's 4.
Add Lance to that crew. He's working with them.
Okay.
Cool.
There we go. So,
We give all 4 musicians +1 attack and give Lance +1 musicianship.
That sounds about right. I could play 4 instruments very poorly.
Yes.
so, so what does this look like as you've taken your 4? Well, I was gonna say 4 musicians, but actually Amber's a daredevil.
Sick.
Is their talent. So I don't know what that means for them being an entertainer and also a daredevil. I guess they're an acrobat of some variety.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Yeah. So yeah, what does it look like as Maybell is training the 5 of them? Just sort of in broad strokes. Because this will be over the course of your stay.
She's like
in port.
teaching them not to put their thumb on the inside of their fist and how to hold a sword and shield, etc., etc.
Okay.
How to throw a fishing spear or something.
Which direction to hold a bow?
Yeah.
The idea of someone holding the string of a bow in the front and then pulling back on the wood part is just...
Oh boy.
It's a rough day.
Okay. And do you have tasks for Hanar and Baramy?
I do want Hanar to go hire some folks to replenish the crew.
Okay. You have any ideas of whom she should be hiring? What type of skill set?
Well, I wanna get some cannons for the ship. I don't know how many, because I don't know how much a cannon costs at the moment.
What page is that? Page 184. A deck cannon is 300 silver. A harpoon cannon is 250. A light one is 500, and a heavy one is 650.
Why is a light one so expensive?
Because it does same damage but is more easily transportable, I would assume.
No. So the difference between a deck cannon and a light cannon is that a deck cannon is also known as a swivel gun. So it's much smaller, I think, is the idea. And it shoots grape shot.
Is it one of them their little cannons that just like attaches to the rail?
Yeah,
Right,
I
like
think
a POW.
that's the idea. Whereas like a light and heavy cannon is like a cannon-ass cannon.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, alternatively, you could get like a ballista, which is 175 for a light one, or 250 for a heavy.
Well, yeah. Let's see what we're
96,
working
though.
with first.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
5d6 is a lot of dice.
Okay, so in that case, before you task your bosun and your quartermaster, let's find out what money they have to work with. So, what all are you selling?
We are selling 2 potions of control weather, draconian quarterstaff, a mage pouch. Yeah. And then...
Oh, is that it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Is that all that got scavenged from?
There's also
Sorry,
just
pillage
some,
is the word.
There's also some loose cash.
Did y'all also take all of the machetes and harpoons that the Sea Devils had?
We ought to have. I don't know if we did.
I don't have it on my sheet.
Okay. How many of them did you kill? Let's see. There was...
A dozen?
Yeah, there was like 5 on the whale, and then I think another 10 on the shore. Let me quickly pull up their stats. See what exactly stuff they had. Okay, yeah, they had... Christine, could you write this down? They each had a machete, a hide shield, and a harpoon. So you got 15 of each of those. Harpoons, 15. Machetes, 15. Hide shields. 1 control weather potion.
2 control weather potions.
Oh, 2. Okay. What were the other things you were selling?
Mage pouch and a draconian quarterstaff.
Draconian quarterstaff. Okay. Draconian. That's double plus 200% to the price. And staves, quarterstaff, 5. So 15 silver for that. Mage pouch is 20 silver, correct?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. that is 100% fair. Kits, mage pouch, yes, 20 silver. Where is those elixirs? The weather potions are 200 each. 200 each. Hide shields, machetes, and harpoons. Let's see. Hide shield is 10. Machete is 15. And harpoons are 10. Okay. So 50
They're cheap.
400 20 15. What was that?
I said, wow, rockets are cheap.
50, that's 225. Okay. Alright, let's pull up the old calculator. So 150 plus 225 plus 150 plus 400 plus 20 plus 15. 960 silver. Potentially, depending upon how the rolls go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you're going to have Manny try and haggle for this to get you more money. Alright. So, roll 1d20. And she has haggle as her special talent, so she gets an additional +1. The merchant she is haggling against has the exact same bonuses except for her special talent bonus. So it's just going to be 1d20 versus 1d20 +1.
Oh boy.
This is by far the best odds we've had on it. Oh wait, no, except for the little gremlin. Never
Mhm.
mind.
Yeah, the little gremlin's OP.
All right.
All right,
No,
Mary.
no mortal has yet matched a haggle roll for us.
All right, Manny, come through.
I will also let anyone spend action dice for Manny.
I will spend an action die for Manny.
Okay. All right. Then I will add the plus 1d4 included. Okay?
Cool.
All right. So I will roll for her now. All right. She gets... Oh, that 4 exploded.
Exploded. Yep.
All right, then. We'll roll that again. Okay, so 19 is what Manny gets.
Madam V, the prestige of working for Madam V added 7 to her roll.
And the merchant gets an 8. So
Eat it.
best possible result.
Yes. Hell yeah, Maddie.
Yeah, she just talks circles around this fool. Okay, so you get 150% of the asking price. So 960 times 1.5. Y'all get 1,440 silver.
Sick.
Can you just quickly divide that by 3?
Sure. You each get 480. Surprisingly, that comes out perfectly.
Wild.
Just like we planned.
Where is... Here it is. 80 plus 72. 552.
So, an important thing to note now that you've done your selling, and does anyone have any individual things that they want to sell that was not part of like the cruise loot?
Add another 118 silver for everyone.
Oh, was that from all the loose change?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, so something that I want to note that Christine, I'm sure, will recall is that at the end of this period in port, when you set out again, we will do your prudence, which
This all goes away.
yeah, a good chunk of this money is going to go away. The rest of it will go into your stash as it represents your like lifestyle expenditures over the course of your time in port, as well as your taxes and tariffs and so forth.
Paying the crew.
Yeah. Just general expenses.
Cool. So spend it if you got it, I guess.
Yeah, basically. Unless you're trying to save up your stash for retirement. Yeah. So, you've got
So
your... Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I have a list of things for Manny to buy. Manny, right?
Yes. Okay, so what are you tasking Manny with purchasing?
I would like a pocket watch, and I would like a chemistry set.
Oh, a chemistry set? Oh yeah, because you only have a workshop on the... Okay. Do you have the values of that sorted?
Yep.
I would like a doctor's kit, as long as we are giving many things to buy.
Yeah, okay. We'll do this together. Pocket, so I don't have to make a bunch of rolls, if that's fine by everyone.
Yeah.
And doctor's kit. Okay. How much is the pocket watch?
100 silver?
Okay, and the chemistry set?
20.
And the doctor's kit?
Oh, sorry, pocket watch is 150. Sorry.
Okay. How much is the doctor's kit?
Wasn't looking at it. Heck. 1 second. That's not how you spell doctor.
Doctor's bag. It is 20 silver.
Cool.
Is there anything else that y'all want to buy?
Anyone want to upgrade their armor?
We don't wear any.
I do.
Do you want to
wait.
get armor? Yes, it would be very expensive for you two very big people. Actually, I guess that's a good point. Since the two of you have natural damage reduction, it would probably cost quite a bit to actually get armor that would be better than that, since you only use one or the other.
I did the math on this before, and by the time I get to a higher damage reduction than natural, the penalties like far outweigh the benefit because I don't have any sort of armor beats.
Hmm.
Do I also have to buy ammo for the cannons?
Let me see. The answer is probably. Interesting. It doesn't actually have like its own ammo purchase, like the powder and shot for black powder weapons. So I'm just gonna say no.
Sweet.
Oh, can you also put like 50 animal feed on the list? Just to have in stock for our ship.
Oh, I have 100% not been tracking that.
Yeah, I don't expect you to. If you buy this 50 animal feed, then I'll just say you never have to worry about it again.
Yay!
How much is 50 animal feed? Or one animal feed?
Oh.
It's a scintillating radio.
I think Critical Role gets away with it, so.
Oh yeah, or critical role. It is 5 silver
Per one, or.
per one, but it has 7 uses.
Okay, you want to just call it 70 then and make the math
Yes,
easy?
sir.
Okay. 5 silver, you said?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 50. Alright, any other purchases people want to make?
I 100% want to get siege weapons, but I'm still figuring out what specifically. Also, I want to get weapons for the crew.
Look, whatever's left over from my money, I'll just put it towards boat weapons and weapons for the crew.
Yeah, should probably get bows or crossbows for the crew. Them being significantly more reliable than black powder weapons. I can take that luxury because I'm me, but they should probably hit something maybe once or twice.
Light crossbows are 90 each.
And short bows are 40.
Okay.
You can find bows on page 182 and siege weapons on 184.
Cool beans. 40. Is that just like? How many of them should we have? We have like 30 crew members. Is that right? How many of those are already have weapons? Like maybe 8, 5.
Well, everyone will have access to like basically clubs, just representing them grabbing whatever's at hand when things get bad. But for people who have actual weapons, that's going to be anyone whose type is a combatant. So like Otis and Dale, they already have bows because they're hunters.
Right.
Right? Probably a number of them have knives. Lance definitely has weapons, being a man-at-arms. Hanar has weapons, and I think so do most of the sailors.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What does Ento do? Is Ento just here for bugs?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and To is the outsider that Dorothy called up because she had a question about a bug and then couldn't get rid of.
Right. It doesn't have any kind of like everybody else has got a thing, and it's just like, oh, it's Endo. It does
Mhm.
bugs.
Yeah, it does bugs.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get a bow for Endo.
Oh, it will not use it.
Great. Then I'm not gonna get one for Endo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Hey, we have a blacksmith. 17, 18, 19, 19. Because you don't need to. The whales don't need bows. So 19.
And are those short bows?
Yeah. That's a chunk of change. 19 times 40. That's 760. That's
What's that come out to?
760.
760 for all
Yeah.
them bows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say let's cut that in half and get a cannon.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say that you, for the bows, you will have to buy 1 use of ammo per bow, essentially, and then you'll just have not need you to keep track of it.
Okay.
That's going to be like an additional 10 silver
10
each.
Yeah, 10 silver per bow. So if you
Yeah, let's make that. Yeah, let's make that 10 bows, and then another.
and then 10 arrows times 10 sets of arrows.
No, 10 arrows. They all share them.
You pick that back up once you've let it fly. Not made of arrows.
Tying twine to the end of the arrow so you can pull it back.
Okay, so question actually, are these standard arrows, barbed arrows, bird arrows, climbing line arrows, flaming arrows, or whistler arrows?
Fuck, climbing line arrows are cool as hell. What is a whistler arrow?
They do subdual damage, and they can be used as they have the lure quality, which means you can feint with them, or they give a bonus to feinting.
They whistle real loud.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I guess they're shaped in such a way. This missile's hollow fluted tip emits a high-pitched whine when aloft. Whistler arrows and bolts are often used to alert nearby allies and troops.
I've made one of those before. It's wild.
How much more is that?
Whistler arrows are the same price as standard arrows.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, but to be clear, they do 1d4 subdual damage. Standard arrows.
I'd say 90% standard arrows and 10% whistlers.
Yeah, so
Okay.
standard arrows do 1d6 lethal and have AP2 and can be envenomed.
Oh, I see the difference. Okay.
Yeah, and barbed arrows do 1d6 lethal. They have the bleed quality and also can be envenomed. Bird just do 1d6 subdual. Climbing lines do 1d4 lethal, have a reduced range, but also have a cord attached to them. And flaming arrows do 1d6 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, let's get 9 8 standard, 1 barbed, 1 whistler, and then additionally 1 cord, one climbing line, because that's cool. So
Whistler, 1 cord. Okay, so that's 80. Barbed are also 10. Whistlers are also 10. Cord are 20, I believe.
Mhm.
Okay.
of course harpoons would be way cheaper.
They also have much shorter range.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. And
So the current total stands at 760 silver for everything.
same price. That's very funny.
Well, that's including like the pocket watch, the chemistry set, etc.
Oh, okay. That's not just my shopping. Okay.
Do you want to figure out the heavy weaponry that you would like to use whilst we figure out the deal with Henriette? What?
Hennet-
Why? Hennet. Hennet.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, so Dorothy is going off to Hennet while Madam V and Viper are in the marketplace trying to find a cannon that looks in good shape, or possibly a ballista. Maybe even a trebuchet. Who knows? We'll see. Well... Okay, where are my notes on Hennet?
Huge, gigantic ship. Little tiny trebuchet. That's all we could afford.
Oh, it's kind of adorable.
Don't think I've ever heard of a tiny trebuchet. Okay, so Dorothy.
Oh, this is getting old, but I've made one.
Of course you have.
That's awesome.
All right, so Dorothy.
I am going first. Let me look at the services. I am going to have a bath, and I am going to groom myself, and I'm going to do some laundry. So that's +3 to my appearance, and that is 3 silver and 5 silver, so 8 silver.
And where are you getting this done? Are you
Someone's sink.
So I guess you're not going back to the townhouse for this?
Oh yeah, we have a townhouse. No, I'm not ready to deal with people.
So you just go to like a dockside inn or something and pay the
Pop
money?
into the local doll maker and get your eyes repainted.
Actually, that is what my grooming kit is. It's like a enamel paint. So I can
Nice.
do some touch-ups.
Anyone else uses it, they get arsenic poisoning.
I mean, that's any of my stuff. Just stay out of my room.
Okay. Okay, so you've fancified yourself. And you go to the Ullen Shoe Repairs. It's a nice little first floor shop of a townhouse. There's a sign out front of it which has a shoe hanging below the face of a smiling Kadam. And you're in disguise, right?
Nope.
No, you're just going in as your doll self? All right. You walk in and the door jingles as a bell rings above you. You hear a low voice come from the back room and says, "Hello, I'll be out in just a minute." And what do you look around? It's a nice little shop. There's a couple of seats for people to sit in if they're getting their shoes shined.
Is there a stool I can push up to the counter so that I can, like, see above the counter?
Yeah, there's absolutely... there's the stool.
The first power move right there.
Yeah.
There's the stool that the shoe shiners would be sitting on while they shine your shoes. So you push it up to the counter,
Very noisily.
and while you're doing that, someone, a Kadam, is it like a calico, pokes their head out from the back room. Actually, I guess you probably can't see this because the counter's blocking your view as you're shoving the stool over. You just hear the sound of like the legs of the stool scraping across the floor, and you just hear, "What in the world?" and then you hear footsteps as they come out, and then you climb up on the stool, presumably. Yeah. So you climb up and poke your head up over, and they're like, ah! And there's a tall, lean calico Kadum standing there.
That's interesting.
And they've got a mallet in hand and a nail sticking out of the corner of their mouth like a cigarette. And they say, hello?
Hello, with whom am I speaking with?
I'm Liar Allen.
Oh, hello. I'm here to speak with your father.
He's just in the back at the moment. How can I help you in the meantime?
I'm all right, thank you. I'll just wait here for your father.
Do you need your shoes shined or any shoes repaired?
No, my feet are just painted.
So is
Yeah, go on.
this is out of character. Does Dorothy actually have like feet or does she have shoes like as part of her leg?
She has shoes as part of her leg.
Okay, so she's got like a Pinocchio thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No tiny little dress shoes for her.
She can wear shoes on her shoes, but
So
it's only when she's feeling fancy.
what do her attached shoes look like?
This is beginning to sound more.
Well-
This is a lot of focus on the feet.
They're just big old Pinocchio feet. Just
Well, yeah, that's like what I'm curious is like when the vessel the way the vessel was designed, was it like designed as like a fancy thing, or is it, a fairly basic structure?
Well, she has ball joints, so she has like free of movement. But yeah, her feet aren't like sculpted feet.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, like, are they sculpted as like high heels versus like
Yeah, high
clogs
heels.
or slippers? Like, it just different things that each of those would say about the intention of the original vessel. Because I know that it was a vessel of convenience and not one of like customization.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so
She's gotta walk on her tippy toes all the time.
which I guess she probably doesn't notice after a century or two.
No,
Especially since she doesn't have Achilles tendons. Okay. So I think Liar just is unsure what to say to that and says, all right, well, my father will be with you in a minute. Make yourself comfortable, I suppose. And they go back into the back of the shop. And you can hear them like having a hushed conversation with their father. Are you going to try and listen in?
hell yeah.
Okay, give me that search roll.
$17.
17, okay. So yeah, you hear the customer is a doll, and you definitely hear Hennet be like, so you're taking a liking to her then? And Liar says, no, they're literally, she's literally a doll. I guess she's one of those soul-bound. And Hennet says, huh, I guess. Do you think that they'll be interested in a purchase then? And you hear Lara say, I don't think that they're here for shoes. They said that their feet are painted on. She's here. I'm sure we could give them a better shoe than whatever's painted on them. no matter. Alright, let's go see what this is about. And the two of them return. And Hennet is this very large-bodied, like 6'8", probably like 280 pounds. Very large. Kadam, also a calico.
I have to say, it's interesting that they're both calicos because calico is usually a pattern only found in female cats.
Mm-hmm.
Occasional male. But it's interesting.
So he comes out and he sees you, and presumably because he has been forewarned, there is no blanching.
Hmm.
And he says, "Ah, miss, it's lovely to see a new face in my shop. How can I help you today?"
I don't know. I have been informed by a mutual friend that I could potentially assist you.
I see. And, in what matter could you presumably assist me?
I have lines to possible purchase of a vast quantity of lumber.
I am but a lowly cobbler. What could I do with a vast quantity of lumber?
I'm not sure. My mutual friend thought it was helpful for this information to be passed on to you.
I see. Now, would that mutual friend be... You are beating around the bush, so I'm just going to go ahead and guess that it's one of the hidden hand.
Oh, okay. Your son's in on it? Good.
My child.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was informed that... Not important what I was informed. Yes.
All
Could
right.
have been like, is our mutual friend handy?
I don't think Dorothy has that kind of panache.
Not Dorothy, had it. Anyway, continue. I'm just a peanut gallery at this point. Ignore me.
Who told me that... Who told me Liar was a man? Not important.
I mean, the business is called Allen and Sons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And alt.
So, yeah, Hennet, where is I? Yes, he says, all right, so in that case, I suppose this is more of a matter for investment, or in the form of a loan.
Someone remind me, what was going on exactly?
So Wilmer is looking to set up the Ashwood Lumber Company, which is going to require labor and security,
Right, okay.
which of course will require a fair chunk of money.
Right, okay. Yes, sorry. I got things a little confused there. Yes, this person is looking to start a lumber company, and which sounds like a pretty great investment, especially with winter coming.
Yes, and to my knowledge, all of the woods on the island are accounted for, either under ownership of the Dirt Folk Guild or one of the landlords. So
It's not on this island.
it's not on this island. That sounds like a risky venture.
It sounds like the only venture.
You do bring an interesting proposition to my shop. All right. You have piqued my curiosity. So, who is this potential entrepreneur?
It is one of the inhabitants on whatever the land is called. We don't have that map up.
The name of that island is Aqualon.
Of Aqualon. He would like to set up a lumbering company on the island and has ownership of this land, I believe. And he
Interesting.
just needs to set up security whilst lumbering.
Why is security a concern?
Well, as you know, that there are sparked out in the world.
I see. I suspected that was the case, but I wanted it confirmed.
However, he does have access to materials that suppress the sparked, so that's a plus.
That is interesting. I see. All right. I am interested. Where could I find this individual? In fact, would you be willing to relay a message to them to come here? I would be happy to host them for our talks.
I believe that they are hosted elsewhere at this moment. They can certainly set up a meeting with you if that's what you wish.
Yes, I would like that very much.
All right, I can set up a meeting for you.
Most excellent.
We can pull out our schedules, figure out what day.
Yeah, and you shake on it, and
So I'm gonna knock this down as an hour, okay?
that's a
My
good.
time is billable in hours. You're not. Don't worry, you're not paying the bill.
All right. Well, he holds his hand out to you and says, "It's good meeting you, Miss
Dorothy.
Dorothy. This has been very fruitful. I'm sure we'll work together again in the future."
Yes.
All right. Do you need any shoes?
Oh no, I'm all right, thank you.
Okay.
And I'm
Can I-
going. Go ahead.
Can I upsell you on some shoes
Yeah.
today?
Come back with a fresh set of heels for Madam V.
I'm gonna write a note to. What was his name? Starts with a P.
Page end.
Yeah, I'm gonna write a note to Paige Ann, billing him for 1 hour of my time. Thus far.
Okay. All right. So V or Viper, what are the two of you up to while Dorothy spent an hour arranging this meeting?
I am still talking about siege weapons. And I think I have been for the full hour. I cannot decide. So my thinking at the moment is either we go with like 2 heavy ballistas, which are pretty, in case one of them misses, which that's always a chance. But God, that light cannon is brutal.
I mean, 3d8 is nothing to sneeze at.
That's true. That's very true. That's what I'm thinking.
So 4.5, 9, 13. The heavy ballista does 13 damage on average. 7, 14. The light cannon does 17 damage on average.
Yeah, that's the thing. But if you get 2 of the ballistas, that's worth more than, on average, than the okay, yeah, 2 ballistas.
They reload faster too.
They do. Same range too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I can. I will talk to Ink about making some rockets. See if she can do that.
She's gonna be busy making bombs for a bit.
Little column A, little column B. She's like the same kind of resource.
A rocket is just a pipe bomb with one end open. So
You know because you've made some.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Also, I have things for some of the crew to do, which I would like Belswell, Chicanery, and Bixby to be making the flag and dyeing the sails. I want them to make the ship nice and fancy, and I figure Baramine and Serfina I could put to
Okay.
to
So
casting some.
I'm going to stop you there because the crew is on shore leave.
You're right. You're right.
See, just for
That's still later.
simplicity's sake, I'm going to say that you can assign the officers to give tasks. So yeah, you can definitely have Bearme arrange to have them do like make stuff if you want, and make that Bearme's task. I think much like. So I'm going to say that each of your officers can coordinate 5 crew members each, if they are using them, or they might be doing other tasks. Like since you're having Hanar look for people, I'm going to say Hanar can recruit 5 people at most.
In that case, I will save that for when we're out of port. But I do want Baramie and Serfina to at least pick up supplies for crafting weapons, if not actually get started on that.
Well, you can get Baramie to commission a tailor to make the flag, just to get it done.
Yeah, but I feel like it's part of the crew becoming like a bonding thing where it's like you really put yourself into the ship, and so you feel a sense of ownership in it, and you maybe defend it better, and
Mm-hmm. So what task is it that you're putting before Baramie? Just acquiring supplies for making stuff?
Yeah. Specifically for Serfina to make into weapons.
Okay.
For close quarters.
Okay, so then, all right, I'm gonna say that that's basically buying kits of appropriate things. So are you getting like, are you gonna have metal weapons being made, or like wooden weapons being made?
Well, she's a blacksmith, so I figured they would be metal.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna say is that for each smith's kit, how do I want to do this? All right, I'm gonna just say that Baramie can pick up essentially enough materials for 5 weapons to be made.
Cool.
And then I don't know where you want to mark that.
I don't either.
Maybe.
Oh, I guess I can have like a crew inventory at the top.
Yeah, that would probably be a good place, somewhere on the crew sheet. Okay. And are you setting Hanar to recruiting 5 people?
Yes.
Is there a particular type of person you want her to be looking for?
Someone who can fire a siege weapon.
Okay, so you're looking for like a gunnery crew, basically?
Yeah. Perhaps a ballista or 2.
Okay. Alright, I think you can probably find a gunnery crew. I suspect I will have to stat them from scratch, but that is doable. Because I don't think that there's any, like, siege engineers or gunnery types in the pre-made characters. There are necromancers, though. Just Hanner go out and hire 5 necromancers.
Hey, get off my turf.
Yeah, okay. I'll make up some stats for some gunnery crew. All right, so Hanner will go out and find 5 people to man these ballistas.
Please.
All right, so we now have the full cost of these things all sorted. It is, so 1 pocket watch, 1 chemistry set, 1 doctor's kit, 70 animal feed, 10 short bows, 8 sets of 30 standard arrows, 1 set of 30 barbed arrows, 1 set of 10 whistler arrows, 1 set of 10 cord arrows, and 2 heavy ballista comes out to 1,260 silver. And of course, Manny will be modifying that. Does anyone want to spend any action dice for...
Yes.
Okay, I will roll for her again.
Yeah.
She gets an 8, but the 4 explodes again. So 8. Unfortunately, that's a total of 9.
That's rough.
Yeah, so let's see how the other merchant does. Also gets an 8. So Manny wins by 1. Which, all told, not the worst. That could have gone real bad.
It could have gone extremely bad.
So
I guess that's that.
yeah, so that's 90% of the price. So 1260 times 0.9. 1,134 silver.
Okay.
So, are you going to go through with that purchase then?
Yeah, I'll dump my 670 into that if somebody else can cover the difference.
Okay, so
I'll just give you 600.
Oh, cheers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, minus 600. So Sasha, after getting the 600 from Viper, V should have 136 silver left.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Crew and I appreciate it.
Yeah, so block and tackle around the dock begin loading 2 heavy ballista onto the ship over the coming days, and
Oh, I should have killed decency before I started investing in the ship. Oh well.
and there's also, animal feed and weapons for the crew getting loaded in. I think after you bring the short bows aboard, Mabel's like, perfect. These lot weren't doing so well with the hand-to-hand training. Perhaps they'll be better off with the bows.
One can only hope. And I like clap her on the shoulder and is like, you're doing good work. Thanks so much.
Of course, Captain. I'll make sure that these lot are ship shape, I believe is the expression. And with that, I think we shall go to break. We'll leave on that freeze frame as everyone laughs. Okay, and we will be back in a couple minutes.